Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast, Digital Reflection. My name is Gülsimge. I'm an ELT student in Sinop University, and today our guest Çağlar, he is going to talk about artificial intelligence in English language teaching. Çağlar, welcome to your podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Definitely. I'm Nepal Çağlar. I'm studying at Sinop University, and I'm also studying in the same department as you, English language teaching. And I'm in my last year of this department. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. If you're ready, let's start.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, which AI tools do you use in your studies or teaching practice?
Well, I use ChatGPT, which is the most common one, but there are some problems with it. It gives you some limitations. For example, if you ask like for 10 things in a day, it gives you a limit and you can't use it anymore. But I also use Gemini Pro for this. And Gemini gives you 1 year free subscription if you are a student only. And I think this is most useful because it gives you no limits almost. And I also use AI tools in my lesson planning, creating some visuals. It's actually a huge help for creating visuals because you can't find every visual you want on the internet. And you can also create some videos to draw some attention of your students. And I think that's the two of the AI tool I use.
Yes, and Gemini is better because it's a really good opportunity for students because it's free.
Yeah, it's free for 1 year.
Yes. And my second question is, how did you first start using AI in your ELT courses?
Well, that's a great question. I think I have started using AI in my third year, which is last year, because in the third year we have started to get some theoretical courses, and in our theoretical courses we needed ChatGPT, which is AI, to create some lesson plans and visuals, and I also use it to get some correction on my grammar mistakes. And yes, that's all. Yes, that's all actually.
You start really late. I have been using this AI tools since I was prep school.
Well, I think that's great. I don't know why did I start late, but it's probably about my surroundings because my friends don't use it very often. We only use it when we saw we had some tasks about creating lesson plans.
Okay. And my next question is, which AI tools do you find most effective in lesson planning or classroom activities?
I think it's ChatGPT for creating some lesson plans because, as you can agree with me, ChatGPT has the most intelligent AI tool. It gives you more benefit than other AI tools because it's more developed, I guess. And all of us probably started with ChatGPT in this AI era. So I think ChatGPT is more efficient, and I have some reasons too. Because it started very early, it has more benefits for you. For example, it can correct your mistakes, it can give you some visuals, and those visuals are really effective. Because, as I said, you can't find every visual on the internet. That's very helpful. Let me think about more. Also, you can create some videos, but I don't know if you need some subscription to do it or not. I mean, we know that every AI tool can do correcting mistakes, correcting your grammar, create some visuals, and create some videos. But I think ChatGPT does it better than other AI tools.
It's more common, actually.
Yes.
The other question is, what kind of challenges have you faced while using AI?
Well, that's another great question. I think the most difficult one while using the AI tools is finding the right prompt. I mean, yes, it's useful, but you have to give the right prompts to use it. For example, while creating a lesson plan, you have to give every detail. For example, student level and your department, etc. Everything. You have to give them every detail to get the best feedback. So I think finding the right prompt is very difficult. And another thing is AI tools sometimes can give you wrong feedback. For example, they can do some mistakes on some cultural aspects and some grammatical aspects. So you have to check them if they are right or wrong. I mean, every student must have faced it. It sometimes gives you some wrong answers, but I don't know if you have to get a subscription to not get those wrong answers.
Yes, I got a course last year. Just how can I write what did you say? Prompt.
Yes,
Right.
prompts.
This is really important for AI too.
But I think it can differ to one AI tool to another, because
Yes.
while using ChatGPT, maybe it's because so much people use ChatGPT. But when I use Gemini Pro, it gives me almost no mistakes, because I have subscription on Gemini. I don't know, but I think Gemini is a little bit better than ChatGPT at this.
Yes, I agree with you. Gemini is better, I guess. And next question is, in which ELT courses do you think AI tools could be most useful?
Probably lesson designing, and creating some materials. I know that maybe creating materials is not a course, but I think it's a matter which it includes in a course. It really helps while creating lesson plans. You can use it to create some materials. As I said, you can create some visuals for your learners, and creating some visual materials can draw attractions of your students. That's one point, and it also gives you some videos. You can create some videos, and even if you do not do that, even if you do not do them all, you can still get some ideas from AI tools to what to create or what to do. So I think lesson planning, lesson designing, and material creating is a great courses to use.
Yes, yes, of course. Do you think AI can ever replace teachers? Why or why not?
Well, about this, it's debatable, right? Well, most of the people debate about that, and I have also debated about this to my friends. Some of my friends think AI can, and I don't think so. Because, I mean, we know that AI is very developed, and you can almost do anything with it. It can create anything you want, and some people also use it to create a persona for themselves. But I don't think it can ever replace teachers, because I think I have some strong arguments. First of all, it's not human.
Yes.
I know this might sound a little bit stereotypic, but it's not human. It doesn't have human feelings. So while getting some feedbacks, it can be about human psychology or human feelings. For example, I'm a teacher. I want to be a teacher. And I also have to consider about how do my students feel, and etc. So I might need to some help from AI about this human psychology, but it can't give you enough help like a real human psychologist. So I don't think it can ever replace humans, but I think it can be a really great guide. I mean, while using AI, you can also teach your students, and you can ask your students to use it, but as a tool, of course, always a tool. It can never replace us, I guess.
Yes, and teacher have emotion, and we understand students are understand or not if we directly look their eyes. And maybe you remember we are all quarantine students,
Yes.
and we had some online lessons, and these were not efficient for us.
Yes. While, for example, if I feel bad about my grades, I can ask about them to my teacher and get some help, and my teacher can motivate me about a lot of things. But if I get some written feedback from AI tools, I don't think it's motivational at all. So it lacks human emotions and feelings, yes.
Yes. So you don't think AI can replace?
Yes,
right.
I think maybe it's a long answer, but I have some friends that think the opposite. They think it can replace, and it can be in a short future. But for the current development, I don't think so.
Yes,
But we will see, right? I hope not.
I hope not. How can AI make language learning more creative or interactive?
Well, one of the things AI has, and I appreciate, is it can give you some personalization. What I mean by personalization is that you can do some role playing with it. if I ask ChatGPT to act like my teacher, and it can act like my teacher, and I can get some useful prompts and feedbacks. And I think doing some role plays with some personalization, and I can also personalize my learning style, and I can also, for example, adjust the level of my lesson plan to the level of my students. I think these are some aspects it's useful. For example, let's think that I'm a high school teacher. I'm teaching to high school students, and they have different level than middle school students. If I were to teach a middle school student, I can just adjust the level of my lesson plan with the help of AI tool. And also students very often use it, and they can do some role playing and personalization. For example, they want to get answers about one question or anything, I don't know. They can personalize it to their level, and they can personalize it to their content. Yes, and it's very useful to content adaptation.
Yes, right. And would you like to continue or take a break or have a rest? Because I asked too much question. Am I continuing?
Well, if you like to, you can.
Yes. Okay. Next question is, which AI tools do you find hardest to use and why?
Hardest to use?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I can give you a proper name, but except from the most common AI tools, for example, you go on the internet and look for other AI tools to use it because your limit for the free use is done. I think the other AI tools other than Gemini, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek are really hard to use because I don't think they are developed as more developed as ChatGPT or Gemini. And also find what to do about them, or finding some places to use them. For example, I want to create a visual on other AI tools, not very common AI tools. It's very hard to create some visual or video or get a feedback because you don't know where to press or where to not, and you don't know what kind of prompt you can give. For example, if you go on ChatGPT and give some prompt which is not very detailed, it can understand you and give you the right feedback you need. But if you go on other AI tools which are not very common as Gemini and ChatGPT, you have to find the most rightest prompt, I guess. So you have to be more careful while using them. So I think we all should use some more common AI tools when we need.
My next question is, how do your instructor react to students using AI tools like ChatGPT?
Well, I have faced many instructors or teachers, I can say, in my education progress, and some of them didn't want us to use any AI tools because they were also checking if we used any AI tools while making or completing our task. They have some apps or tools like Turnitin.
Yes, there's a lot of tools and apps to detect.
But I think the Turnitin is the most trustable while checking if the other side if the other side used the AI tool or not. So some of our teachers didn't want us, and they even checked Turnitin nonstop. And some of our teachers let us use AI tools, but they also gave us some limitations. For example, they told us we can create some materials like visuals or videos, or we can get positive feedback from them while not asking our teacher. Or it can correct our mistakes on cultural mistakes and grammatical mistakes, and we can get some ideas about what to do in a real classroom, and it can give us some ideas about doing some materials, creating some materials, and doing some attention drawing activities in the classroom to draw attention of the students. But I think it's that we had some limitations always. None of our instructors let us to use AI tools to complete all of our tasks. And I think I wouldn't also let my students to do all their tasks only using ChatGPT or other AI tools, because I think it's like not giving any efforts on it. So I also want my students to learn something from doing my task, doing the task I gave them. I mean, we can also get some idea and learn something while using ChatGPT, but I think overdoing it is a little bit much. What do you think about this? Will you let your students to use AI tools to complete all their tasks or not?
Of course, AI is a real blessing for us, but
I
in
agree.
some parts, I sometimes I feel like it makes me lazy, especially in our lesson. I ask ChatGPT and everything, but I realized that I never thought it was okay or not. I directly ask ChatGPT what it is, so it makes me lazy sometimes.
Yeah, it makes all of us lazy.
Yes.
It's definitely a blessing, but I think none of us should overdo it.
Yes, but I use a lot because I don't know if you
That's okay.
heard or not. There is a tool which name is Notebook LM. I use especially on my exam weeks. It creates a lot of question and exams for studying or practicing. It's really good tools.
Well, I actually use an AI tool just like yours while during our eras like final or midterm exams. I use an AI tool to help me with my exams. Well, I take some notes while in a lesson, in a course, and I ask AI tools to make it more creative and make it more useful. So they sometimes summarize them, and they sometimes give me some questions about what would I face, what kind of questions I will face in a real exam. So I also use some AI tool like that.
My next question is, what are the ethical concerns of using AI in education?
Well, the first thing comes to my mind is plagiarism, and the other one is data bias. Because
Can you explain the TBS and
data bias and plagiarism.
Okay.
As we just said, copying only from ChatGPT or other AI tools can be including in plagiarism, and plagiarism is a very big threat for all of the teachers, just like you and me. And the other one is data bias. Data bias can be made from both AI developers and students. So I think while using AI tools, students also need to be a little bit original. I mean, we can get some ideas from AI tools, but we shouldn't overdo it and we shouldn't do plagiarism. Sometimes while using AI tools, you might make plagiarism while not noticing it. But you should really check about if I did some parts originally or not. So I think we should only get some ideas from AI tools. And I think that's some ethical mistakes about using AI tools.
Yes, it's a great answer, by the way.
Thank you.
And my next question is, how do you make sure AI supports learning instead of making students lazy?
Well, as much as it's a blessing, it can make you lazy without your noticing. Even if I try too much to not make myself lazy, it will at least. Maybe now, maybe yesterday, maybe tomorrow, but it will, because using it like going for the easy one. Let's think about our teachers. Back in their day, they didn't have any AI tool or internet maybe. So they were going dictionaries, they were going book by book to other. So they were really trying to search and find their answers, and it was making them valuable. I mean, of course, the answers or the job we do is valuable too. I'm not trying to say anything else, but it makes us lazy. But maybe we can make it more enjoyable by creating some tasks, maybe doing some activities that can draw attentions of the learners. Maybe you can use some cartoon characters of the students, like maybe you can do some classroom activities without any materials. I don't know. I can't name any, but I mean, ChatGPT probably can find one. So getting help for the fun activities is okay, but I don't think you can ever escape being lazy while using AI tools.
Yes, but I realized that in a group activity, we are not making a brainstorming. We say instead of this, we just check ChatGPT and ask it.
Yes.
It makes us lazy.
But instead of that, you can maybe try to get some brainstorming questions from ChatGPT and use it in your classroom to get less lazy.
Yes, yes. All right. And the next question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages AI-generated feedbacks?
Some advantages about the AI-generated feedbacks. Well, as I said a lot, it can correct your grammar mistakes. It can give you useful and positive feedback about your cultural mistakes, because you can't know every culture and every aspect of that culture, targeted culture. So you can ask for help from ChatGPT and it can give you a really great feedback. So
Yes.
I think in the correcting part, it's very useful, correcting any mistakes. But of course, you have to check it sometimes, because it can also give you some wrong answers. I mean, we all know that we have the most right answers in it, but you have to also check it, because even as an AI tool, it can sometimes make mistakes, like humans.
Yeah, of course. I use Grammarly. Have you ever heard?
Yes, I definitely.
Yes, and it's correct my mistakes and give me feedbacks. It's really effective for me.
Well, I also use Grammarly while writing an essay.
Yes.
It's very useful, but at the end, when I completed my essay, I send it to other AI tools because they can check it completely. But Grammarly is a great source.
Yes. My next question is, how can AI help students with different learning styles or levels?
Well, in English, I mean, it can be with every way, because English is universal and it can be adjusted to the every level. I mean, I might be teaching in B2 level, but my students from A1 level can adjust to my content to his level. If I can send them my material or my content and they can give it to AI tools and ask them to maybe adjust the content to their level, it can immediately help it. I mean, it can redesign your content, it can give you some usable questions and answers, and it can give you some adjusted content again. So I think it's very easy to adjust your level. I mean, I can say to AI tools that I'm in B1 learner, and it can easily adjust C2 content to my level.
Yes, it's
I think it's easy, and we can get immediate answers from AI tools. Yes.
And what is the most creative way you have used AI in a project or class?
Well, back in the day, in the first year, there was one teacher of us, Havva Hoca. Havva Hoca asked us to create some infographics, and it was including some visual work. Well, I choose a movie. It was called, I think, Coach Carter. It's really great movie, actually. It's about basketball, and I wanted to create some visual with basketball team. And I'm actually great at creating some visual work or doing photoshops. I'm actually great at, but I needed any ideas about what to do. So I asked ChatGPT to what can I do, or how should I design it? So it told me that I can use some lines using basketball pitch as my background, and that was very, very helpful, and it was such a blessing for me in that moment. So I used it, and I asked where to put all the text in the infographic, and it also helped me and addressed me in that way. At the end, my task was completed, and it was really great. I think if there was a competition, I would get the gold medal. So I think it was very efficient and it was very enjoying for me. I also enjoyed while using ChatGPT in this task. But it was back in the day. Currently, we do not do such things, sadly.
Yes. When I was in prep school, Büşra Hoca gave us a homework. We created Met Gala looks, and it was
Really?
Yes, and it was amazing. Until that time, I never used ChatGPT for creating something, but It was really great.
I wish I was there.
Actually, that was my last question.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for your great answer.
Well, you're welcome, as usual. And I also thank you for inviting me to this great project and this great place. I'm really glad to be here with you.
Oh, me too. Thank you everyone for listening us. See you next week in the last episode, Digital Reflection.